find it in their lover's eyes. You can't deny the joy it brings when you found that special thing. You're flying without wings. Some find it sharing every morning. Some in their solitary life. You'll find it in the words of others. A simple line can make you laugh over time. You'll find it in the deepest friendships, the kind you cherish all your life. When you found out what that means, you found that special thing. You're flying without wings. So impossible as it may seem, you've got to fight for every dream. 'Cause who's to know which one you let go would have made you complete? Well, for me, it's waking up beside you to watch the sunrise on your face, to know that I can say I love you any given time or place. It's the little things that only I know. Those are the things that make you mine. It's like flying without wings, 'cause you're my special thing. I'm flying without wings. And you're the place my life begins, and you'll be where it ends. I'm flying without wings, 'cause that's the joy you bring. I'm flying without
That was gonna make me cry.
I think out there it was pretty good.
Thank you so much.
We want to thank you all for coming here on this special day to commemorate our wedding. Most of you don't know this, but we were married last December because we couldn't wait. If something should have happened to one of us, we wanted to be sure that the other one could be there for the other one legally in every way possible. So we have been married, but we wanted to share it with all our friends, so we waited so you could all come. So thank you for coming to be here with us today. I'm sure everybody knows that the world's a pretty crazy place, and a lot of strange things happen, and you never know who you're going to fall in love with. It's when you stop looking that it finds you. So never think you've run out of time. Love will be there for you waiting. There are a number of things that had to happen in order for Ken and I to come together today. And there are so many things that could have gone wrong. And we may have not ever even met each other. One night I was watching the news, and Chad Allen, the actor, you probably know him best as Matthew Cooper, the oldest son of Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. He had to come out on TV because somebody got a picture of him kissing another boy at a private party. Excuse me, this is pretty emotional. And I searched online for his website because I really want to congratulate him for coming out, even though everybody knows he was the first to come out on TV, everybody thinks it was that Doogie Howser guy. But Chad was actually the first one out, and he was forced out by somebody he thought was his friend. Well, I searched online to find a website where I could contact him and tell him I was proud of him. And out of all the websites, I found Ken's. Ken was operating Chad's website at the time.
In 2002, Scott was living in Amarillo, Texas, caring for his terminally ill father and living alone on the outskirts of town. I was then living in Orange, Virginia, taking care of my mother and working as the administrator of the Orange County Historical Society.
So there's no way we ever could have met in person. But I did find him online, and we met, and we became friends. And you're following this exceptionally eccentric woman around who had this idea of building a coffee house in Las Vegas, where young youth and abused teens and young LGBT youth can come find resources they can go to get help, a place to be where they can feel welcome and loved. And for some reason, that just never worked out. But Ken and I were compelled to live together at some point, we knew, because every little thing along the way that happened had to happen in that certain order, or we wouldn't have gotten here today. So it's kind of a miracle. Even the weather, you got to admit, it's kind of a miracle. So, do I know everyone? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so anyway, we decided, since we weren't going to move in together in Las Vegas, we still wanted to be together. So we picked a place where we had a friend living in Florida, and we decided, let's just move to Florida. So we did. I sold my house, I sold my car. We took everything and we moved to Florida, and we lived there for 1 year, but we went through the eyes of 2 tornadoes. We survived hurricanes, and we survived both of them. And that's kind of, most people don't even get to go through the eye of 1 hurricane, and we got to go through the eye of 2 hurricanes, and that's pretty fantastic. But Gene destroyed our house. It took the roof of our house and threw it over onto our neighbor's house. So we kind of took that as a message that we were not really welcome in Florida. Where are you at now? Okay, go to the next car. Where are we at? Okay. Hold on just a minute. We didn't have time for a rehearsal. Go ahead. Go to the next car.
Well,
Jeff.
after we moved back to,
I forgot this part. Sorry.
we moved together back to Amarillo.
From Florida, we moved to Amarillo after the hurricane.
And we stayed there for a couple years. But after a quick visit to Albuquerque to visit my friend Jeff, we lived here now and spend a day on the set of one of Chad's movies. We fell in love with this little town.
You got to admit, if you look around taking all the beauty, it doesn't look like much from afar, but it's just a beautiful place to live. So we decided to stay here.
So in the fall of 2006, we moved here and have been living here together ever since.
Okay, and I think, so when you stop and consider every little thing that had to happen to get us to this little point, it's kind of a miracle. And I don't think there's anything that could have prevented us from being together eventually. And I don't think things are supposed to be any different from right now, and I know in my heart we were meant to be together. At this time, we'd like to pass the reins back and forth. Okay. I'm going to start with my vow. We've written these vows especially for each other. The amazing story of how we came together is more astounding than anything that's ever happened in my life. If only 1 in 1,000 different things had not happened exactly when they did, we very likely would not be here today. And that's why I'm convinced we were meant to be together. I promise to love and care for you for as long as we may live, and to let you know every day that you are loved. I promise to stand beside you and provide encouragement to you in all your endeavors. Oh, I put mine on yours first, don't I?
It doesn't matter. Okay. Scott, I'm a man who's always lived in the shadows. And everyone who's come into my life has always tried to pull me out into the sun or push me out of the darkness. And then you came along, and even if someone had told me that it wasn't going to work out, at the end of all of our struggling and all the work, it would end in heartache. You don't ask me to come out of the shadows. You help me move away anything that's blocking
promise to shelter you from harm and adversity and to stand beside you as we navigate through everything life has to bluntly throw at us. I promise to be there for you to lean on in times of sorrow and despair, and I promise to stay with you and be one with you until it is time for us to depart this earth.
I love you because I love you, not because I can, because I have to. Not because I want to, but because I need to. I love you for all the reasons I shouldn't and all the reasons that I should, and a million more in between. I love you like the tide loves the moon, like the earth moves around the sun. I love you. I will follow you like fish follow the tide. I will lead you like the winter leads the spring. So this is me saying this open and empty, full and bared in front of you, saying nothing more than I love you because I love you.
By the power of all that's good in the world, I commit myself to you forever and ever.
By the power of all that is good in the world, I commit myself to you forever and ever.
We consider ourselves married. She's waiting for the music.
Stop. Wrong way.
It's okay.
There's supposed to be music here.
Just put your paws up, 'cause you were born this way, baby.
Yeah, I didn't realize that
Smile.
Yeah.